Welcome back. In this lecture, what we're going to be focused on is we're going to make our view controller and our storyboard look a little bit more presentable. What we're going to do is we're going to put the temperature in the middle, move the description somewhere else, and add a couple of more weather data to our view controller into our project. So first, let's make sure the image is in the background. So it has to be the first one in order to be in the background. It makes a difference. You won't see a difference now, but it makes a difference, especially when you have um, labels or buttons stacked on top of each other. So now we're able to stack anything or grab anything on top. So we want to put the temperature in the middle, and we want to put the description on the top. But let's make the description bigger. So this is how I'm going to organize it. You can feel free to follow me or pick your particular way of how you want to organize it, but I'm going to make it look a little bit more presentable. So that's going to be in the middle. And let's make the description bigger. Let's increase it to 35. Okay. And for now, let's remove all constraints. Let's click on the whole view controller and let's remove clear constraints because it's going to be annoying because we're going to be moving a lot of these fields. And we're not using the city field anymore, but I'm kind of lazy, so let me copy and paste it. Where did I paste it to? Copy. Copy, paste. Alright, let's go to label. Let's not be lazy. Let's add another label. This one, we can name it clouds. We're going to add clouds data. Let me just select it from here. Let me go here and let me put clouds. Okay, now let's make it to the middle and let's increase the font size to, let's say, about 25. And we're going to put it under here. Okay, and let's make sure that's equal. So equal. Okay, so now we're going to have this label be temp min. Command equal brings it to size selected. Command equal. And let's change this font to 25 as well. Okay. Command equal. Let's see if it'll let us copy and paste it now. Yeah. Okay, so let's put it down here. Put it right here. Have it parallel to each other. Right here. So now we're looking good. Description here, clouds here. Okay. Everything looks good. So now let's add back the constraints. You can do it manually, but I usually find no problem doing it automatically by reset suggested constraints. So we see that we have the constraints back, and we can check on that when we run a program. So for now, we're not going to run it as of right now. As of right now, we're going to make a connection to our view controller. So what we're going to do is we're going to open the assistant editor and make sure it's under the view controller .swift, and we're going to add the labels that we added here. So this is our city button icon. So now let's add a min temperature. So this one's going to be called temp min label. Connect. You can also add it from here. So control drag. This one is going to be called, oh, we need to change one of them to max. So we'll call this one temp max label. So let's change this one to max. Looks like my program is kind of lagging right now. Okay. Click on this. Let's put command equal sign. Is constraint still good? Yeah, it looks like it's still good. Okay, and the last label that we're going to add is the cloud label. So let's control drag from here to here. And this one is going to be called cloud label. Okay. So it looks like we have all our connections. Okay, all our connections are here. So now let's close the assistant editor. Bring it back to a single view. And let's start off by adding the instruction to our project. And that's where our weather.swip will come in handy. And this is our struct, as you can see here. So we're going to add our temp min, temp max, and also cloud. And we're also going to change, right now our temperature is coming up in Kelvin. So we're going to change that to Fahrenheit. So we'll do one thing at a time and we'll add our cloud. And this is going to be a double. And we're going to add our temp min. Also going to be a double. And we're going to add our temp max. And this is going to be a double as well. So now that we're moving along, we might as well just go ahead and before we change our init function, and we have to change it here in our view control, we might as well knock out the temperature, changing the temperature to Fahrenheit. Now, if you don't remember back when you were younger how to convert a Kelvin temperature to Fahrenheit, use good old Google, because that's what I did. So let me go to Google, I already have it up, and let's drag over here. And you see Fahrenheit equals to 1.8 times Kelvin times the subtraction from Kelvin minus 273 plus 32. I probably said that wrong, but viewing it here, this is what we're trying to get our temperature to equal. So what we're going to do is, we already have our temp function, so we're going to make that, we're going to call our new variable. So we're going to have a temp f variable, and this is a double. And we're going to have our get property. And what we're going to do is we're going to return the Fahrenheit. And how we're going to do that is from what we've seen on here. So it's going to be 1.8 times the subtraction of Kelvin, which is our temp, minus 273 plus 32. Now, if you want to put in Celsius, you can just Google that too. as well. So now let's do the same for our temp min and temp max while we're here. So we're going to do the same thing, var temp min F for Fahrenheit. This is a double as well. We're going to have get, and what we're going to return is our new Fahrenheit value, 1.8 times temp minus 273 plus 32. Okay. Oh, forgot to leave a space. Last but not least, our temp max. So temp max Fahrenheit is double, and we want to return, add our curly brackets and return new Fahrenheit temperature, 0.8 times the subtraction of temp, or I guess it's 273 minus our temperature. I guess that's the correct way of saying it. Plus 32. So now we have our Fahrenheit value. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to add our variables to our init function. So first we're going to add the cloud, and this is a double. Next is our temp min, also a double. And next is our temp max. And this is a double as well. Okay. And last but not least, we're going to add it down here. Cloud equals to our cloud variable. Where's it min? Equals to our temp min variable. And last but not least, temp max equals to our temp max variable. Okay. So it looks like we got all the variables that we